And you know, we know each other. We go way back.
Corny kid, right?
I did not say that.
That Michael B. Jordan is just like a nice, corny guy.
His former high school classmate, L'Oreal, apparently said some disparaging things on a podcast.
We would make fun of him, like, what you gonna do with your little stupid headshots? Like,
Well, you're not corny anymore.
Where you at, Berto?
After 3 years, she's still hating on Michael B. Jordan.
And the star of Creed 3. And you know, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
I did not say that. Misquoted for sure.
But look at the hypocrisy, right? They're mad at her for saying someone was corny in high school that she didn't even say, and then proceed to say things 1,000 times worse.
Why would Michael B. Jordan just randomly call you out for calling him corny, though? Why would he just randomly do that?
And what she said, where's the logic?
yeah. It's crazy.
That doesn't even make sense.
One of my homeboys reached out to me like, oh, Michael said his bad, yo. It was an article he read. He thought you said it. But you went on all these other publications. Not only that, I have a nationally syndicated morning show. The thing that hurts from it, and this is why now I watch what I do, because I was defending him a lot. Think about all the people that were saying many things about this man. And I would always be like, nah, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, I don't be defending people like that no more.
Whoa, let me get this straight. Now you want Oscar-winning Best Actor Michael B. Jordan to come on your platform and apologize to you?
Why would we do that? What do I get out of that? As Michael B. Jordan, we don't get nothing out of that. And you was calling me corny. I'm just that nigga now, huh, though? You see me win that Oscar, you know what I'm saying? Yo kids want to turn that Creed 3 on, you know what I'm saying? They want to go watch Sinners and whatnot. Yeah, I'm that same corny kid.
Because you called him corny or you used to tease him? See, it's always somebody with some colored hair. A couple years ago when Creed 3 came out, Michael B. Jordan had an awkward interaction on a red carpet with a former high school classmate. She had apparently said some disparaging things on a podcast and used to make fun of him back in the day. And now she is behind the velvet rope looking for an opportunity or shot just to talk to Michael B. Jordan. After taking no accountability for her words and her actions at that time, it totally blew up in her face. And now that Michael B. Jordan has won his little man trophy, the Oscars that is, the clip is resurfaced and she is back to double, nay, triple down in the fact that she is the actual one that is offended. She needs some sort of retribution and that Michael B. Jordan should apologize. Sister, if you're new to this video, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, some type of interview. Now, back into the video. The Oscar Awards just ended this past weekend, and Michael B. Jordan and the movie Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler, featuring Delroy Lindo, and a cast of other people, had a record-breaking weekend. 16 nominations, 4 wins. I think it was the first woman to win Best Cinematography, only the 6th black male actor to win Best Actor in the Oscar category. It was just a phenomenal weekend. And most people celebrated these monumentous moments, but there was somebody out there who has just been throwing darts at a Michael B. Jordan poster for a long time that just could not let him live. His former high school classmate L'Oreal has a podcast, and on said podcast, her and her co-host were talking about Michael.
She need to cut that damn hair off, man, or put it back to natural. That shit look crazy. She got the Smurf hair right now.
B. Jordan from the past, and a little bit of how he sits in current day perspective to them. And we know how these podcasts goes. Shit, somebody was trying to get it off.
That Michael B. Jordan is just like a nice, corny guy. And I don't mean that as a slight, right? I mean, we all know that the nice, corny guys treat you the best.
to be honest with you, we teased him all the damn time because his name was Michael Jordan. Let's start there. And he was no Michael Jordan. And then he also
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with blue hair. I'm just saying it's not really hitting on her for real.
would come to school with headshot. We lived in Newark.
Yeah.
Like that's the hood. You know what I mean? So we would make fun of him, like, what you gonna do with your little stupid headshots? Like, and now look at him.
Oh, that's pretty cringe. I think it's weird because Michael B. Jordan was a childhood actor. I think he started getting into roles at the age of 9 or something like that, maybe even a little bit sooner. Started off with some magazine shoots, then rolled into The Sopranos, some other film spots, some TV, etc., etc. But for the most part, him walking around with headshots as an already accomplished and already staged child actor kind of makes a lot of sense. Now, I do want to make a distinction here because I think it comes up later on in the video, and it's kind of important. Her podcast mate is the one that actually calls Michael B. Jordan corny. She just says that they used to make fun of him now and that he was a loser back in the day for having some headshots. Could she have stepped in and defended?
This is just a perfect example of just stay down till you come up, bro, because people will always think it's corny. People will always think it's weird you doing your thing. People will always try to make you feel embarrassed for your passions. You know, no matter what it is, somebody's gonna think it's lame. But when it works though, when it works, all of a sudden you're him. All of a sudden you're, oh my God, I remember when you used to do X, Y, and Z. I can't believe, you know what I'm saying, that you made it this far. I always believed in you. Yeah, all of that. So just stay down, you know, enjoy the process. You know, some people are definitely gonna try to make you feel insecure for what it is you do. But I promise you, when you stay down and come up, it's always gonna be worth it in the long run, and it's gonna feel so good to low key kind of flex like, hey man, you ain't really vote with me way back then, but how about now? Cause I'm up right now.
Michael B. Jordan, absolutely. But we'll save that for a little bit later in the video. Now, that was on a podcast, in which you don't think a lot of people will see, but on the red carpet of Creed 3, when she gets confronted, the conversation quickly goes awkward.
On the Hustle Show, we got Michael B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And, you know, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad
I rock with Michael B. Jordan, just keeping it so solid right here, because you see how she just trying to gloss over it, like we go way back, I'm one of the day ones. No.
Weirdo.
We not letting that slide.
Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
Yeah.
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously.
Yo, he's shitting on her bad boy. He's shitting on a bad boy. If you enjoy gaming content, horror games, puzzle games, and honestly, even if you don't like games, you just want to see me shit my pants, head over to my gaming channel, Berto Gaming. I ain't gonna lie, I've been having the most fun I've had in a long time creating content while playing these games. Me and my team have been going crazy, putting a lot of creative energy into these edits for the game. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, link to that will be in the description. That's Berto Gaming. Where you at, family? I love y'all so much. Now let's get back to the video.
Killing things out here.
kindness.
How is the difference between you actually directing and working with the same people that you were directed with versus?
It was awesome. You know, it's a family vibe.
Yeah.
Last nine years of my life, I spent on the Creed films. They're very supportive. You know, Tessa,
Still
Felicia,
killing it with
Rashad,
class.
Wood Harris, people that see me grow up, and for the fact that I stepped behind the camera and finally got a chance to direct them, they loved it, they embraced it, and it was a wonderful experience.
And was it difficult for you mentally because you're coming out of a different space?
I didn't know he was doing the athletic gear. I mean, I was staying in it. This is about y'all. This ain't about me.
Isn't this the sexiest man
right
show off right here? Who's the sexiest man? Because now who's the sexiest man? Because I thought you said you're on the way up.
And now she just look corny as hell.
Weirdo.
Both of them looking at, I want y'all to pay attention to how both of them looking at her right now like, what?
Weirdo.
What is wrong with you? Why are you asking such an odd question? Boy, how the tables have turned.
Might be the one right now.
This is the one. This is the one right here. Yeah. See that?
So is it a tie?
Ain't no tie. We don't compete. Yeah, we don't compete.
Two number ones.
Technically.
Batman and Batman. Or should I? Oh, no, can't say that.
Superman and Superman.
Superman and Superman, sorry.
Luck with that. Love you, bro.
And how was it filming in Atlanta?
It was amazing. I've done 4 or 5 films down here, shot a couple television shows, so Atlanta's a second home to me, and I love coming down here to shoot.
Favorite restaurant here?
Oh, man. Whatever hotel I'm in, their restaurant.
Well, you're not corny anymore.
Well, you're not corny anymore. Talk about cringe
Oh my God. It's like he spared her and then she still fumbled saying that weak ass shit.
Olympics. You scaring the niggas away. Now, a lot of people felt differently in this interaction. Was Michael B. Jordan wrong? Should he be harboring these feelings from high school? Was it also...
Bro, he handled that with class. We're not even gonna debate that. He handled that with class. He confronted her. He's like, hey, I ain't forget what you said. You know what I'm saying? I'm right here, right in your face, and now you gotta eat your words. But I still gonna treat you with respect. I'm not gonna disrespect you. I answered some of your questions, you know what I'm saying? But you gonna feel me though. You gonna feel my energy and know that, yeah, I done glue up. The same corny kid that you was making fun of, yeah, I'm the opposite of him now. I'm actually him. You know what I'm saying? You interviewing me. You on my red carpet. I'm the main event. Just remember that.
Weird for her to do a double and triple down. And I'm no expert. That's why I've decided to tap into my panel of experts, my panelist, singular person of experts, and figure out what they had to say about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Danielle.
Who is this?
Danielle, was she wrong for bringing that up on the red carpet? And was Michael B. Jordan wrong for his response?
Well, okay, in her defense, she didn't bring up her bullying him on the red carpet. She was just like, oh, we went to school together. So let me say that. Now, was he wrong? Absolutely not. I stand with him. And I really hate to do that against a black woman, but he was in the right. And so all of my bullies in high school, I want you to know I remember it. And then when you come into my DMs years later with the hey boo, I remember.
Girls be doing that too. I ain't gonna lie. Girls that used to just kind of brush me off like I was a little blurry, like I wasn't having no motion. Come on, man. What's up? Why all of a sudden, oh, you see oh, come on. Why you switching up now, baby? Oh, you ain't believing me back then? You ain't really following me way back then, but now by now.
I remember you. So all of that to say, I stand with Michael B. Jordan. In this instance, he was right.
So this picture is just amazing because imagine being a high school bully and bullying the corny guy only for him to become a superstar and you being the person to interview him at his red carpet event. All I have to say is show respect to the people around you because you never know where they're gonna go and who they may become. Apparently Michael B. Jordan was the butt of the joke. And L'Oreal and Michael B. Jordan used to go to the same school in Newark. Imagine bullying Wallace on The Wire. Even worse, bullying the guy who played Killmonger. It sounds way worse, bullying the sexiest man alive.
Hey Creed, in case you were confused, that corny ass shit you did is why niggas think you corny. In case you were off a little bit. As to why you niggas keep thinking that money hides corny.
But you just said corny, not negative.
I don't.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you just said corny is not negative.
You said, I don't think it's negative.
What Roy said,
so why you saying it's corny? Because
to be honest, a lot of niggas don't get their glow up until halfway through high school or afterwards. I think most guys, honestly, they don't be getting their glow up till they mid-20s, bro. Because it's realistically, if you think about how a man's like cycle is, they probably are still trying to figure it out. They probably still broke. They're probably still just in a place where they don't really know where they want to be in life. It's really not till you kind of jump off the porch, paying your own bills, really, kind of gone through the mud a little bit. Life kind of forces you to try and start molding into the person that you always was supposed to become. So, brothers, again, don't ever feel like you're behind, man. I know in the age of social media, it is so easy to feel that way because we constantly comparing ourselves to others. But trust me, bro, you're doing all right. Wake up, keep doing your best, keep trying to figure it out. And as long as you don't give up on yourself, you will find a way.
It's your perception of the word. I'm telling you about mine. I'm telling you my perception of that word. As another nigga they've called corny his whole career is not that.
You don't think that there's like a limitation as to how long that somebody can harbor feelings for somebody, like a bully?
No. Also, I feel like I could personally be a professional grudge holder. And I feel like grudge is almost too strong. I just have a good memory. That's all that is. Why wouldn't I bring it up?
What about the public embarrassment aspect?
I will say I don't think anybody should hold grudges. But again, there's a difference. I like what she said. There's a difference between holding a grudge and having a good memory. Like, no, I didn't forget how you felt, how you made me feel. I didn't forget about you treating me like shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily have any ill will towards you. I don't wish nothing bad on you. I done moved on with my life. But, you know what I'm saying? I didn't forget that you treated me like shit. I don't think that's something that people just have to overcome because it's like, why? That was my experience with you.
Now, she did it on her podcast, her publicly syndicated radio show.
Wait, she did what?
Like, that's where they made the initial comments about him being corny, and then her saying that we used to tease him all the time because he wasn't no Michael Jordan.
That's on her. Now, if you're gonna do that in public, that's on you. And as someone who's in the public eye, you would think she would know that. If you're gonna say that in public, be ready for the public response. That's it.
If it was me, I would have had one of my homegirls beat her up. That's just me. I would have had one of my homegirls.
You're literally just chatting.
I would have had one of my homegirls put that. Chest blow, arm pull, neck chop.
You're 30. You're 30.
I will say this, and you probably haven't ever seen this. She does go on TMZ and give a little bit more clarity and depth as to what really happened in the situation.
Just the bully narrative is crazy. And the things that people are saying to me, like they hope I get and and popped in
Oh
my
my
head.
God. Well, that's crazy. I don't think anybody should be wishing that on anybody.
So it's one last be in the world. Like, I just think, like, if you were upset because you thought I called him corny and those are the things that you're rebuttaling with, it's like the crime and the punishment, that if that's what you thought I said, it doesn't even match up. Like, how is that okay? The narrative is definitely still pushed. I feel like I admitted exactly what I said. And then even those words got turned around. When I told the story, it was super lighthearted. It wasn't even in the sense of me breaking down the entire school experience. FYI, we went to school together for 1 year. So the narrative that I bullied him all throughout high school, this was 7th grade. We were like 12 years old and everybody made fun of each other. And then like, I would get joked on because of my complexion. And, you know, I went to a predominantly black school. So it's like white girl, you know, oh, your boy, now you're mocking me.
And I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say everything she's saying is probably true. I'm not going to sit here and act like I've never said something wrong to somebody before. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely parts of my life where I can look back and be like, I probably acted really emotionally and didn't treat that person, you know, with respect as an immature kid in school. You know what I'm saying? I think that is very much a lot of people's reality. Then does that necessarily mean that she's an evil, terrible person? I don't know. I would hopefully not. But just because that's the case, that doesn't excuse the wrongdoing. So yes, however many years later, if Michael B. Jordan, you impacted him negatively like that and he has like a bad experience with you, like he is 100% within his right to be like, yo, I don't really fuck with how you treated me back then. And I have no interest in garnishing a relationship with you now.
Because we made fun of each other. That was school, you know.
Berto, you looked corny in high school though. Hey, maybe I did. Maybe I did. Again, that's your opinion. That was probably a lot of people's opinion.
It was 1 year. Again, I've never bullied him. That just sounds so outrageous to me. Like me bullying Michael B. Jordan his whole life. Wouldn't we have heard about this before this? Yeah, I do feel like he took everything out of it. It gave the Will Smith thing where it's like, you know, he's heard numerous people probably call him this before because this is not something we haven't heard, right? I just never said it. I've defended him numerous times just because of the fact that I did have a rapport with him. And I never said we were best friends. I never said, you know, we were cool. And that was just that.
That was kind of crazy. Yo, there was so much going on.
Now, of course, you got to say like, oh, of course, anybody saying that she deserves to DIE is crazy.
Yeah, that we do have to acknowledge that Michael B. Jordan never said that she bullied him his entire life. Those words never actually came out of his mouth. But just another example of the internet just running with what they want to run with.
Of course, that's out of bounds. Now, for what I will say, though, she's listening to internet, bots. Her trying to put her trauma in this situation about her being high yellow is insane. We done with the light skin.
Really. And I'm going to hold every collective light-skinned black person's hand as I say this. Let it go. Let it go. You're fine. We're fine. It's okay. You got bullied. Sure. Light skin, racism, color. It doesn't exist.
Did they ever call you white girl?
They did. They called me Oreo.
Are you still holding on to that? If you see those bullies in the streets?
A little bit.
Oh my God. Oh, wow.
Now, am I going to say something? No.
Oh, okay.
Would I just keep it pushing? Absolutely. Like if you were on the street and you were asking me for $1, I would not give it to you. But would I say, oh my gosh, you were the bully and that's why you're on the street today? No, I'm not going to do that. I just know in my heart of hearts that you bullied me.
I do think what's interesting, though, is that she claims that she defended Michael B. Jordan in the past and I can acknowledge she wasn't the one that said anything on that podcast specifically about him being corny. That was the podcast mate. But I think in that situation, if you don't believe these things and you've defended him before, that's the opportunity to defend him now. No? Because corniness is a little bit of an attack on his character. If we really want to...
Is it really?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people are just corny, and that's okay.
I don't like the word corny. I'm not gonna lie. That's probably a word. That would be a trigger word for me. I don't mind being nerdy. I don't mind being, I don't mind nerdy. But corny, Corny's not a nerd. Low key is like a compliment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like maybe I'm a little smart. Maybe I'm I'm a little bit eccentric where I like certain things. But when you be like, oh, you're corny, that's like that sounds like, oh, you're weird to me. I don't like the word corny. So if I'm calling somebody corny, I mean to offend them, me personally.
We know that corny has like a negative connotation, and the way that people were using it was negatively. So them saying, or your podcast mate saying that he was corny, all it really took was I don't know about that now. If you didn't even want to get into it in depth. But she didn't even do that. She sat there and then doubled down on it. Yeah, he had them headshots.
Now, in the video, though, that we just watched on TMZ, that was what made me laugh. Was when she was like, I mean, maybe he was triggered because I'm sure other people have said it and I've heard it because a lot of people think
She's trying to get it off.
Crazy style.
Well, now just 3 years later, Michael B. Jordan has now reached another pinnacle of success, sixth black male actor to win Best Oscar, and she just can't let it go. She is taken back to the timeline, L'Oreal, on another podcast, and I think that's actually the real problem. Everything else, it's not the colored hair, right?
Not too much.
It's not the colored hair.
Her expressing herself.
I swear to you, it's the podcast. It's the podcast and just having mics in front of her. But she sat down on another podcast, the Listen to Black Women podcast. And she talked about how Michael B. Jordan actually should have came on her show and got in front of the bullets that she was getting.
But you're out of your top. Michael B. Jordan is winning Oscars. I don't even know. I'm watching this entire video and I don't even know this woman's name. Why would Michael B. Jordan ever need to go on your podcast?
It's a hypocrisy, right? They're mad at her for saying someone was corny in high school that she didn't even say, and then proceed to say things 1,000 times worse than what she said.
10,000 times worse. Yeah. It's crazy.
That doesn't even make sense. And you didn't even say it, and no one has ever said, hey, our bad, we went back and heard the audio. You didn't say it, it was in your friend.
Oh no, people came up to me and was like, oh, you know, my
What's
fault.
good, Dre?
But the disrespect was way louder than the apology. I didn't even, one of my homeboys reached out to me like, oh, Michael said his bad, yo. It was an article he read, he thought you said it. But you went on all these other publications. Not only that, I have a nationally syndicated morning show. Yeah. Come have a seat and talk about it. You know, the thing that hurts from it, and this is why now I watch what I do, because I was defending him a lot. Think about all the people that were saying many things about this man. And I would always be like, nah, Oh, I don't be defending people like that no more.
Who are these people?
You can get mics from Best Buy. And you can get them uncomfortable ass chairs from Ross because that shit look crazy.
Hold on now. Because I like to pick up a few items from Ross.
I think there's some lies in there. Nobody that's close to Michael B. Jordan then called you and said, yo, Mike, apologize.
His people reached out to her people.
No, that's cap. And I don't agree with the concept that he owes you a sit down. Because the internet ran with the narrative of, or not even the narrative, the interneted. The internet did what the internet does. He owes you a sit down to step in front of bullets now, that he doesn't know are being made.
Okay, right now I'm of the opinion that she bullied that man, she got called out, and this is the cleanup. But let's say if this was all just a misunderstanding, it was really somebody else, he would owe her an apology and a sit down publicly. He would.
Nah, he don't owe nobody nothing. She didn't lose no job, or this did not affect her. She still got her morning show. She still got everything going on, don't she? Now, if I feel like if it would have got so blown out of proportion to where she was losing her job and some more shit, then at the very least, my heart, the type of person I am, if I were to see that, I would be like, yo, it wasn't that deep. Like, y'all literally are ruining this woman's life over some bullshit that happened in elementary school. Like, let's like, it's not that deep. But even then, that's not an apology. That's really just kind of looking out for her. He don't owe her nothing.
Because the vitriol started off of the corny kid, right? It did start there.
This is a high expectation of somebody who doesn't know what's going on. Like, he doesn't know her DMs are.
We got to raise the bar. We got to raise the bar.
Did she call him and say, hey, my DMs are flooded with, I got a DIE? Stop it. Let's stop it.
We don't know.
Let's stop it. No, we know.
Okay.
Yeah, we know, because apparently they were cool, but they weren't cool. And they were only 12.
In 7th grade.
In 7th grade. And we're 12. Is that right? 12 and 7th.
12 and 7th grade? That sounds like elementary school. Niggas is 12 and 7th grade?
Grade.
Maybe.
13,
for
14
some.
years, something like that. Honestly, there's a lot of cap in there. And the last thing that I will say is the whole concept of like, I'm not going to defend people anymore. I'm scared of you. I'm a little bit scared of you.
I feel like that's a valid response.
I don't think it's a valid response.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying I do get it. I'm defending this person and all of a sudden I'm being attacked because of this person.
Your defense of a person shouldn't be about the theoretical if something will happen to me with this person in the future. Like if I've done right, wrong, or if I've done right or if I've done good or whatever the case may be, and people are saying bad things about me and you know that I've done good, you should defend me and not think to myself, maybe if Omar crosses my path in 15 years, will he defend me? You scarred bigger than the situation.
I think the reality is she wasn't even thinking about this until it was put up right in front of her doorstep, realistically. That's what I think. So she's getting on these podcasts saying X, Y, and Z, but I just don't think it's that big of a deal.
I honestly think.
I disagree.
That's going to stop. Michael B. Jordan not coming on your platform is going to stop you from defending Mother Mary from the church. Explain that. Disagree or agree with that? Let me know.
I'm saying I disagree in the sense that.
Stop.
In the sense that, okay, if you've been burned once, like you may not be as ready to put your hand back over the fire, even if that's the right thing to do. I'm saying from a human nature sense, like I get that reaction.
I understand what you're saying. I get the reaction. I think it's an overreaction. And I'm on the outside, so I can tell her, hey, that's an...
Skip their banter, man.
About how she didn't really call him corny. He should have retracted that. But my whole thing is she openly admitted to bullying, bro. When you openly disrespect somebody and they call you out on that shit and you get blowback from that, it's not up to that person to make things right with you. Being a disrespectful person, being a bully to somebody, all of that can catch up with you. And when it does catch up with you, you have to handle all of that yourself. Why are you looking at Michael B. Jordan to try to save you for some bullshit that you did? Just because you apologize to somebody doesn't mean they gotta rock with you. Doesn't mean they have to accept it. Doesn't mean they have to do anything in your favor. That's on you. Calling somebody corny or not is semantics. She says she bullied, bro. She said they all did. So he caught you, he's seen you, and he said he ain't rocking with you. You gotta handle that. You can't.
Mind you, he didn't even say all that. He really didn't. That's why I said I feel like Michael B. Jordan did it with such class. He looked her in her eyes. He said, "The corny kid, right? Yeah. I'm corny now. Yeah. Hit her with a couple of smiles, and then that was like the setup to be disrespectful. But he really kept it overly P. He answered her questions. You know what I'm saying? He did a little bit banter back and forth. And then he kept it pushing. He didn't disrespect her. He didn't overly be friendly, like, oh, yeah, we cool. You know what I'm saying? She kept trying to throw that in there, like, oh, yeah, we good. And, you know, he definitely kept a very mature frame, like, nah, we're not cool, without saying it. You know what I'm saying? But he did. He really could have violated, but he didn't.
Say whatever the fuck you want and think that there won't be consequences behind it. You gotta live with that. You gotta eat that.
I think that is another thing that I have issue with. Everybody believes that like if I give some sort of apology, then it shouldn't matter. If I give some sort of, hey, I did do this wrong thing in the past and I'm sorry, that everybody should just give you some sort of forgiveness or grace or whatever the case may be. To be quite honest with you, you lucky Michael B. Jordan even stopped on the red carpet to speak to you, to even have that bit of viral moment to where you can be on these different podcasts and different stuff like that today. I'm getting sick of the internet and the whole like, I apologize, therefore I should be forgiven game, especially with no work behind it.
You're not wrong. But I also feel like that is, I don't know, like the story folks are shown time and time again in books, in movies, in social media. I'm sorry. And then everything is great. It's not real life. You can say I'm sorry. You can do all the things. And yet, at the end of the day, you still harm somebody.
That also.
Yeah, and I've always told y'all, man, that's why you just treat people with respect through and through. Treat people with respect through and through. The way you want to be treated, you know, keep that in mind as you're moving, because you mess around, do somebody wrong, like, again, sometimes we already do people wrong unintentionally. You know, you just focusing on yourself and trying to better on yourself, and let's just call a spade, be somewhat selfish figure out how to navigate your life, there's gonna be some times where you're gonna step on some toes and, you know, maybe leave a little bit of sour taste in people's mouth. And, you know, respectfully, that's okay. But as long as you are being respectful, you're not trying to fuck nobody over, you're trying to just be a genuine person, for the most part, nobody should be able to, you know, honestly be like, hey, him right there or her right there, they're a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the way I move and the way I carry myself, anybody that's really saying that from the bottom of their heart is low-key lying to themselves, because I really don't be trying to give nobody a reason to even feel that way about me. I really be trying to keep it P, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this one, next one. I love in the comment section. I'm tripping. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Where you at, family? I'll see you on the next one.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too easy.